In Doctor Strange, the Ancient One presents herself as the ultimate spiritual teacher, serene, wise, and dedicated to protecting reality from dark forces. Yet beneath this veneer of enlightenment lies one of the MCU's most complex moral contradictions, a spiritual leader who secretly draws power from the very darkness she claims to oppose. This hypocrisy doesn't diminish her character. It elevates the film's exploration of how even the most noble intentions can be corrupted by the compromises leadership demands. The Ancient One's fundamental contradiction becomes clear when Kaecilius exposes her use of dark magic from Dormammu's dimension. For centuries, she's extended her life through the same forbidden practices she forbids her students. This isn't simple hypocrisy, it's the tragic burden of leadership. She's maintained her position not out of ego, but because she believes only she can bear the moral weight of these necessary evils. In her mind, she's sacrificing her own spiritual purity to protect others from making the same compromises. This creates a fascinating parallel with religious and political leaders throughout history who've justified terrible means through noble ends. The Ancient One embodies the classic philosopher-king dilemma. Those wise enough to lead are often those most reluctant to make the brutal choices leadership requires, while those willing to make such choices may lack the wisdom to lead responsibly. Her teaching methods reflect this internal contradiction. She preaches about letting go of ego and accepting natural limits, yet she's spent centuries defying death itself. When she tells Strange that it's not about you, she's speaking from experience. She knows the intoxicating danger of believing oneself indispensable. Her harsh treatment of ambitious students like Kaecilius stems from recognizing her own failings reflected in them. The film brilliantly uses Kaecilius as the Ancient One's dark mirror. He's essentially doing exactly what she's done, drawing power from Dormammu to serve what he believes is a greater good. The key difference isn't their methods, but their ultimate goals. The Ancient One uses dark magic to maintain the status quo and protect reality, while Kaecilius seeks to fundamentally transform existence itself. Both believe they're saving the world. They simply disagree on what salvation looks like. Strange's initial reaction to learning about the Ancient One's hypocrisy is telling. As a former surgeon who's made his own moral compromises for the greater good, he understands the impossible position she's in. The film doesn't present her choices as clearly right or wrong, but as tragically necessary within an imperfect system. She's not evil. She's human, despite her godlike power and centuries of accumulated wisdom. The Ancient One's death scene becomes her moment of ultimate honesty. Floating between life and death, she finally drops her teacher persona and speaks to Strange as an equal. She admits her failures, acknowledges the contradiction between her teachings and actions, and reveals the profound loneliness of her position. I've spent so many years peering through time, looking at this exact moment, she confesses. Her death isn't just physical, it's the end of centuries of moral isolation. Her final lesson to Strange is perhaps her most important, that true spiritual leadership requires accepting imperfection and moral ambiguity. She passes on not just her role as Sorcerer Supreme, but the burden of making impossible choices. Strange must now decide whether to maintain her pragmatic approach or find a different path forward. The brilliance of the Ancient One's character lies in how the film refuses to either condemn or absolve her. She's neither saint nor villain, but something more complex. A deeply flawed individual trying to serve a greater good while grappling with the corruption that power inevitably brings. Her use of dark magic represents the price of maintaining cosmic order in a universe where pure methods are often insufficient against pure evil. Ultimately, the Ancient One's contradictions serve as a warning about the dangers of moral absolutism and the complexity of ethical leadership. The film suggests that true wisdom lies not in avoiding moral compromise, but in acknowledging when such compromises are necessary while never losing sight of their cost. Her legacy isn't her hypocrisy, but her willingness to bear that burden so others wouldn't have to, until someone better could take her place.